This chocolate is fucking good. Today, let's talk about the ketogenic diet. Keto is the king, Paul. Did you eat sugar, you fucking bastard? Cut out carbs. So this week we are going to be looking at the idea that ketogenic diets are better than conventional diet for fat loss. So first, let's see where did keto diet come from. Early 1900s, medical use of the ketogenic diet emerged as a strategy to treat epilepsy. In 1921, Dr. Russell Wilder. No one gives a fuck, so let's move on. So let's say in keto, roughly 5% of your calorie intake comes from carbs. Most of the carbs tend to come from more fibrous sources such as vegetables. About 20% come from protein and about 75% come from fat. So why still some of us think that this approach way better for fat loss? Because of the insulin hypothesis. This idea goes that since one of the insulin's main action is the lipogenesis, fat formation, we still willing to believe just by keeping our insulin levels low by restricting carbohydrate intake in our diet results in less fat storage, in more fat mobilization, right? But it's not that fucking case. I think it's important to remember that carbs are not the only nutrition that spike insulin. Protein itself is also very insulinogenic, and insulin is not required for fat storage to take place. So even if you are on a fucking zero carb diet, if you are in a caloric surplus, fat can still be stored because of the hormone called isolation stimulating hormones called ESP. So it's quite clear that the prolonged energy surplus is the main factor driving fat gain and not a single hormone such as insulin. So that is clearly shows that if we are consuming more calories than we burn in an extended period of time, we will slowly get fat. That's it. So now let's see why keto works so well for fat loss. Because of two fucking reasons. First, very good at suppressing appetite. But if you watch some of my videos by now, you know that restricting carbohydrate isn't the only way to reduce appetite and control hunger. Just simply you can increase water intake before meals, fiber intake or your protein intake. In keto, just gets people eating fewer calories to reduce appetite through food elimination. The keto group usually just ends up eating more protein in the replacement of the carbohydrate. And this is likely to result, I think, to increase weight loss since first of all protein is more thermogenic than carbohydrates or fats, meaning it requires more energy to be metabolized, and secondly protein is more satiating than other macronutrients, meaning you will be more likely to eat fewer calories. So I hope you start to see my point. But if you are in keto, I like this chocolate, but if you are in keto, you cannot eat this. And the second reason, keto losing lot of weight because of due to glycogen depletion. Glycogen. Just understand all diets work for fucking fat loss, but which one is the best working for you? So if you love life, pizza, sometimes a glass of wine or a chocolate bar, then you should not go for keto. That's it. Peace, love, Tamas.